In the meantime, I want to bring into the conversation our good friend from the great state of Texas, Congressman Troy Nehls. Congressman, good to have you with us today.
Todd, thank you for having me. And I tell you, Logan did a great job. He's up there in Michigan. He's talking to the people attending that rally. They're concerned about the border. They're concerned about the economy. And you can tell them President Trump is listening. President Trump is listening to the American people. God, when you showed him in Wisconsin, you got to love the guy. He's a true leader. He demonstrates strength. He's just going to be he's going to be the 47th president. The American people want it so bad.
So just curious here, Congressman, just had the vote totals, and I was curious how you voted on this anti-Semitism legislation.
I voted yes, and this is the reason why. Listen, you were talking earlier about you have these laws that exist already and about not having those types of activities on college campuses, but the laws aren't being enforced. The laws aren't being enforced there, and the laws aren't being enforced down at our southern border either. But I think it's just a message to send to the American people that as a Republican Party, we don't tolerate this type of behavior.
All right,
if you're Congressman. Go on these...
No, Congressman, yeah. I get it. I think all of us are, can say that we're opposed to anti-Semitism. And I understand you're sending a message, but that's not what Congress is supposed to do. Congress is supposed to take action. And if there's a law on the books, enforce the damn laws.
Yeah, but understand, too, even when you have a law, that makes it assaults on police officers are against the law. There's felonies. When you have a corrupt DOJ and when you have corrupt district attorneys, they've even done some of the interviews. They've conducted interviews on some of these anti-Israel protesters, and they said, no big deal. I get arrested, I'll be out in 24 hours. So when you got these elected DAs that are controlled by George Soros, what are you going to do? You got to get a DOJ that's willing to enforce the laws. We don't have that. We don't have that with Garland. We certainly have a corrupt FBI director. We've got problems, and the only one that can solve these problems is Donald J. Trump.
No, look, I get it, Congressman. I really do. But I'm watching what's happening on these university campuses. This is not anti-Semitism. This is Marxism. And it looks to me like we're raising up a mob of terrorists on American soil, and we got to get serious about that.
Todd, do you not believe that the American people are paying attention to what's happening on these college campuses? And I think it's hurting. It's hurting Joe Biden. And you know what we had to do here 2 weeks ago, and it really disturbed me? The Israel vote for the supplemental aid package. You talk about Michigan, right? When they had their primary, there were 100,000 voters in Michigan that they didn't vote. They had like no confidence or they're not committed to Joe Biden. And what did we do in the House 2 weeks ago? The 20-something million were given to Israel. 9 billion of it, 9 billion is going to go to Gaza. It's going to go to Gaza, and it's going to slip into the hands of Hamas. I voted against the Israeli package because that language in there disturbed me. I'm like, why are we going to be giving money to Gaza? Shameful.
Yeah, and now we're bringing them apparently into the country. Look, here's what I don't understand, Congressman. Egypt, they don't want them. Syria, they don't want them. Lebanon, they sure don't want them. So I'm just curious, what is it they know about those folks in Gaza that either Biden doesn't know or just cares not to know?
I think the intent is they come on over here and they create turmoil. They create turmoil, they cause problems, and then the strategy is, well, this is why you need the federal government. You need the federal government, you need this administration to try to settle all these issues. Listen, the whole southern border, people coming from over 160 countries, it's all by design, Todd. It's by design. Eventually, they're thinking, maybe we can get all these people eventually to be registered voters. They can rig elections. Maybe some of them are going to get driver's licenses and go to some of these blue states and try to vote. We have to secure our southern border. And when you have what's taking place, whether it's the college campus protests, whether it's inflation, the southern border, the crime, Joe Biden is underwater because of it, because America, the people, are paying attention to what's happening in our country, and this administration is destroying it.
So, again, going back to what do we do here with all of these wannabe terrorists out there on these university campuses, is there an effort, is there a way for the House to defund these people so we're not funding this nonsense?
Oh, there are several members that are filing bills to try to seize any type of funding, stop any type of federal funding going to some of these schools that seem to support this. You've got a lot of nut job presidents in some of these campuses. Some of these Ivy League schools are just absolutely crazy, and it's out of control. So I think we're going to do everything we can to try to stop any money flow that's going to these campuses. In addition to that, if you are here on a student visa and you've been arrested for your behavior on these campuses, we should revoke that visa and get you the hell out of this country. You call them pigs, I call them scum.
Yeah, I'm with you, and that was I insulted the pig community there, the pork community. My apologies there, because you're right. It's sick. They need to be gone. You know, if you're going to come into this country, get an education. You're going to burn Old Glory. Your butt needs to be on the next plane back to whatever third world hellhole you came from. That's what we ought to start doing here. Congressman, I'm a little fired up about this, and I appreciate you coming on the program, but we just got to do something here. We no more messages. I think we need action. Congressman, thank you.
6 more months, Donald J. Trump. Todd, you're a great American. God bless you.
All right. Congressman Troy Nehls, folks.